Hey guys, what's up? So the first day of summer was a few days ago and it really hasn't been that warm here yet. It's actually really windy today. But I thought I'd give you some Sweatproof makeup tips and just tell you a little bit about how I change my makeup routine in the summer so I don't look like a hot mess. Also, I'm sorry, I haven't uploaded in a while. I'm garbage. I don't know what else to say about that. So unless you're going to be spending your summer taking BuzzFeed quizzes like me, then you should keep on watching. This is a Pierce the Veil shirt, by the way. So I guess I'll start with primer, or more like no primer. I've never really been that big on face primer just because I haven't really found one that I liked, or I haven't found one that's made like a noticeable difference in how long my foundation lasts. So what I like to do, especially in the summer, is before my foundation use a setting spray or a face spray. I've been using the First Aid Beauty Vitamin Hydrating Mist. I don't know if this is even technically like supposed to be used as a primer. I don't know. I think it works. So before you do your foundation, you have to moisturize. Then you have to apply sunscreen, especially in the summer, even though I don't like to. And then you have to apply primer. So by the time I get to that, I feel like I'm just a hot mess, especially when it's warm and humid outside. So yeah, that's why I like using this, because this doubles as a moisturizer and a primer. So yeah, if you found a primer that works for you and makes your foundation last longer, you should definitely just keep using that though. This is just what works for me. Okay, so on to foundation. You don't necessarily need to use a foundation that's long wearing or one that's marketed as long wearing. You just need to find one that is going to work well for you and that'll last a long time for you, because you know, everybody has different skin types and what works for one person might not work for somebody else. I have combination acne prone skin. It's been a struggle, but yeah, I use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. That's my absolute favorite. I'm actually wearing the Too Faced Born This Way foundation today because I got a sample of it the other night. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. But anyways, some other long wearing foundations you might want to look into are the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. That's a really nice like full coverage long wearing foundation. But I couldn't really find a color that matched me, which is kind of a bummer. But I also used to use the Smashbox 15-hour wear. That was like no joke. Like it definitely lasted like 15 hours, but I quit using it for other reasons. So yeah, you really just need to like play around and find a foundation that works for you. So if you want your foundation to last, then you definitely need to use a setting powder. This isn't something I would skip if you want your foundation to last a long time. I use the Mercier setting powder. I talked about it in my winter favorites video, so I won't talk about it too much, but I definitely think that it increases how long my foundation lasts. I also use the Rimmel Stay Matte sometimes, and that works pretty well too if you're looking for one from the drugstore. But I would definitely set your whole face with the setting powder. I know some people just set like certain areas of their face, but for the summer I would definitely set your whole face with it if you want your foundation to last longer. Also, if you're going somewhere, you can always bring blotting sheets with you. I just use the cheapy e.l.f. ones because, I don't know, I think they work pretty well. And you could also bring a powder with you to touch up, so that way your foundation's looking good and not like sliding around on your face. Now, I know I said I wasn't big on face primer, but I'm definitely all about eye primer. This is another thing that I don't think you should skip if you want your eye makeup to last for a long time. Whether you're doing eyeshadow and liner and falsies and everything, or you're just doing liner or just mascara or something, I would definitely recommend that you still use an eye primer, because it'll keep your eyeliner from transferring to your top lid, because you know how annoying that is. It'll make your eyeshadow last for a long time, and yeah, I just don't think you should skip it. As for eyeshadow, in the summer I generally try to stick to matte shades. I don't know if they actually last longer, or I'm just imagining that, but I don't know, I feel like they last a lot longer than some shimmery shades, and I usually try to avoid anything with glitter, because when it gets warm and you start sweating, glitter just gets like everywhere. Wow, it is really windy outside. But yeah, what was I saying? But as for eyeliner, I use the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and it lasts so long. If you're looking for an eyeliner, I would definitely recommend checking that one out, because, you know, I always gotta keep these wings on point. Okay, so let's talk about eyebrows, because, you know, I'm all about the eyebrows. I use the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade. I have it in the shade Chocolate, by the way, if you're wondering. But this is my absolute favorite eyebrow product. I've been using it for almost like 3 years now, and it lasts way longer than any other eyebrow product I've used. I've used the Brow Wiz, I've used, you know, like some brow powders, and none of them last nearly as long as this does. But yeah, it's waterproof. Like, I've literally gone swimming with it and my eyebrows are still there. So yeah, it's definitely waterproof, and I know some people don't really like it or they're afraid to try it because they think it's going to give them like Sharpie eyebrows, but if you use the right brush and a light hand, you can get some pretty natural looking eyebrows from it. So yeah, I would definitely look into it if you're looking for a product that's going to keep your eyebrows from sliding off of your face. For lipstick, I definitely try and stick to matte lipstick, whether that's a liquid lipstick or just a regular matte lipstick. I would definitely try to avoid wearing lip gloss because you know the struggle of wearing lip gloss on a windy day. It gets in your hair and things just turn into a mess. But if I want my lipstick to last a really long time, I'll first use a lip liner, then I'll apply the lipstick, and then I'll just top that off with a setting powder. Topping it off with a setting powder makes it last a lot longer. As far as highlight goes, I know some people are like, oh, you're gonna get all sweaty and gross, you don't need a highlight anyways. Listen, your girl still needs her highlight to be popping. So the only thing I would really say about that is that the same thing I said about eyeshadow, I would definitely try and avoid a highlight that has too much glitter in it just because it's going to get all over your face. But yeah, other than that, I would still highlight like however you want. So the last thing I have is setting spray, and I saved this for last because this is my favorite. So I always thought that setting spray was kind of like a gimmick. Like, I didn't see how spraying my face with something was gonna magically make my makeup last longer. Wow, was I wrong, because I was honestly shook the first time I used it because it made my makeup last literally all day. But I use the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This is the original. They have one for oily skin and I think one for dry skin. But like I said, this is just the original and it literally makes your makeup last all day. I think it's just like incredible. But I also like using setting spray because after you do your foundation and stuff, like if it's looking a little powdery or cakey, once you spray this, it looks a lot more natural. If you were to add like one thing to your makeup routine this summer, it should definitely be setting spray. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you found this helpful and that your makeup stays looking on point this summer, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, according to BuzzFeed, I am a chocolate chip Pop-Tart.